Just a quick introduction to Nilam. I actually met Nilam at the Homes, Gardens and Lifestyle Expo, which is run by Gina, actually, I see who's on here tonight, on the Costa Blanca. And my partner, who's actually a chef, immediately found Nilam's stall, and we came home with many curry kits and spice containers. I must admit, they have been fabulous. I love the fact they're gluten-free and they're really easy to cook at home. So a little bit about the award-winning Curry on Cooking. Nilam's always had a passion for cooking, learning from her mum, excelling at home economics, and lucky enough to have a family allotment for fresh foods, which is all the right ingredients for a curry entrepreneur, and you'll see that she loves to share her currylicious tips. Here on the Costa Blanca, Nilam won the Costa Cook-Off, again at a Costa Women, sorry, not a Costa Women, a Homes, Gardens and Lifestyle show. She's an award winner of the Best to Do-It-Yourself curry kits, and her curry kits have also featured on BBC's Country File and Bargain Loving Brits. How was Curry on Cooking born? Well, Nilam loves to help people, and she was often asked for cooking tips and about the ingredients. So she started making up sachets of spices to help family and friends cook the perfect curry. But in her move from Derbyshire here to Spain, it became apparent that the true Indian curry wasn't so much on the menu here. And with the continued requests for spice packs, Nilam and her sister Veena, who's also on the call tonight, decided to launch a business for selling the curry spice kits. So in 2015, Curry on Cooking was born. The business has actually gone from strength to strength, now sells worldwide, and you'll find her videos on YouTube. She's got all the social media and actually a regular newsletter if you want to stay connected. So Nilam's going to tell you more, and I'm going to hand over to the master curry chef.
Thank you, Judy. That was lovely. Okay, so yes, I'm Nilam Wright. Yes, thank you, Ali, as well, for hosting this and allowing it to happen, and Lorraine behind the scenes if she's there, and for giving me the courage to do this, because it's something that this is my first Zoom. So what do you get if you mix curry and porridge together? Courage. So Curry on Cooking, or Curry on Down with my sister Nilam Wright. That's me. I call myself Saucy Spice Sister. I fell into a curry. I'm almost in a coma. I eat that much these days since I've been to Spain. It wasn't always like that though. So thank you for joining us tonight. So what do you need to know right now? We've got 90 minutes or just short of. And we're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate how my mother taught us how to make rice, absorbs the measure, hold on a minute, hold on. There we go. Absorption, I can't say it, absorption method. So we don't need any scales, you just need some rice. If you've got basmati, that's great. You'll need a pan to cook it in, a sieve to sieve your rice with, and a wooden spoon. You taking notes? And also, what else will you need? Gas or electric, and another dish to transfer your rice in after you've finished cooking it. So if you haven't got those things, keep calm. You can just watch this and learn and do it for another time. We'll be cooking along to Biryani Rice. If you haven't got it, it doesn't matter. We can use what you've got in your kitchen. Isn't it lovely? Because curry and cooking, and you know, it's a one-person job really, isn't it? You're in the kitchen, and hopefully you'll be in your kitchen doing your thing, and you'll be feeling really comfortable. Okay, so a little bit about me. Actually, no, before we talk about me, let me just tell you them. I'm going to tell you about health benefits of our curry kits, or general curry. And there's a quiz at the end as well, where we can all eat together and have a bit of a laugh and a giggle. And obviously, you know, I'll talk about our wares, because we do miss going to a fair. You know, we didn't do any of Christmas. We have lost a lot of revenue. And, you know, it's all about staying safe and cooking at home. And also, there's a lot of people that cook rice or don't cook rice, or don't know how to cook rice, which is something that hopefully after today you'll have the confidence to do. Oh, did I say you needed running water? Oh, and obviously, here we go, a drink. There you go, a proper drink. This obviously is just for show. So you can guess what's in my drink if you like. Cheers. Go and get yourselves one if you've not got one. So if you haven't got any Biryani Rice, keep calm. We will raid your store cupboards and we'll figure out what we're doing. So being myself, born and bred to Obshalatas, we moved to a little village in 1976, possibly. I was young. It wasn't always cool to be associated with curry. We were the only Hindus in the village. My mum was the only one that wore a sari on the school run. It wasn't fun, I can tell you. I didn't want to look like one, didn't want to smell like one, didn't want to eat curry. My father, he had 3 degrees. There's a song about that, but we'll save the scene until later. Get drinking, ladies. And if there's any men hiding in the corners, then fair play to you. But I do have to say, if there are any men, you just have to go and cook off. I heard somebody earlier that the husband very generously put the dishwasher on for them as they went off for a bike ride. It was so lovely listening to conversations. So yes, being on myself with daughters and granddaughters of Ayurvedic doctors, uncles, cousins. They run a practice still in the Punjab. In fact, we've got a farm in the Punjab which actually grows basmati rice and turmeric and lots of other things along with cows. So the first joke, or is it the second joke? I don't know. I do want to be a bit of a comedian, but if I say that, then you'll think I'm not very funny. So what noise does a cow make whilst walking backwards? Om actually means God, and that's my dad's first name. So he came over to the UK in the 60s, and there's a labour shortage. So we integrated really well in this village. In fact, too well, because in 1999, I actually married my Mr. Wright, and I've got an 18-year-old. So I do miss selling my wares, as I've said, to markets and meeting ladies, fun ladies, at event days and things. So did you know that curry powder was invented to sell to the Brits when they left India? So this is why we have curry powder, and this is probably why the Brits are so addicted. So the first question, and it's just, pop it in the chat if you want to guess. How many years do you think Britain occupied India? Do you think it was 50-ish, 100-ish, or 150-ish? So no Googling, by the way. Keep your eyes here and just type there. Look, if you're a touch typist, you can do both. And we're women, so we can multitask. Okay, is there anything else that I've missed out? Is there anything else? But a little bit about me. So splits are my passion. I'm mental health. I'm an ex-foster carer, fitness instructor. I'm an artist facilitator, optical illusion artist. Right now, I'm a listener for the Samaritans in Spain. And, if you are COVID days are grim, or they can be, the telephone number, if you're making notes, is 900 525 100. And I'm also a mentor for the Guardian Angels. So if there's any single parents out there, then Guardian Angels, pop it in and something might pop up. I've always asked people their meaning of life, probably because of our spiritual background. I'm an atheist. I think Vina is as well. In fact, I know she is. Well, actually, I don't. It's up to her to decide. We don't really talk about religion because we don't know much about ours. As I said, I boycotted my heritage as a child. It's very confusing. There's so many gods. They've got over 33 million gods in the Hindu religion, but we're all gods within. So, if you want to laugh and sing and dance and play along the way, then let's curry on down. So we offer so much because obviously, some people are pop and pour jars, some people go to restaurants, some people, when you live in Spain as well, you kind of, you kind of want to live the dream as well. So, you know, we do eat out more, don't we? Because it's more affordable. However, curry is more expensive than a cheap Chinese, for example. But obviously the spices are expensive. Oh, the doorbell keeps going ding dong. Avon calling, curry on calling. So where do I start? This is our new subscription box. It's a 3-month thing. But really, I should really tell you about our curry kits. Look at our Currylicious Kits. Can you see them? There we go. We'll go with Currylicious Kits first. Okay. I am a keep korma girl. Okay. So it was invented. I don't know if you can see that. It's the Great British Curry. Normally, I'd say, come on, let me give you a leaflet and have a read of this. But it's the opposite way around, so you can't really read it, can you? Mirror writing, that's an optical illusion. So korma is the mild one, and it's the one that has gets a hard time, doesn't it? The tikka masala is just as mild as the korma, and it's got cream in it. This has got yogurt and almonds. But basically what happens is you've got the shopping list on the back, and inside, this is what you could have had delivered if the bloody postman had delivered yours, with a recipe inside. Okay, so for the tikka masala, for example, you need a kilo of rice. I've got rice on the brain. A kilo of chicken. So they do go a long way. And they've got no nasties in there whatsoever. So they're free from gluten, nuts, sugar, additives, MSG, potato starch. I don't know. Why do people put all this stuff in that we don't need? So it's just basically everything that you get in our mum's on our website. We give you the recipe to teach you, well, to help you cook from scratch. It's a method to it. It's very easy. It's simple when you know how. So we do spice tins, going back to the curry kits, keep focused knee. So if you've ordered the Costa cook-off pack, you'd have got these 3. So pakaras are exactly the same as onion barges. It's the same mix. And here's some I made earlier. There we go. Look, can you see that? So that's what I cooked earlier. And again, the recipe, the ingredients, everything is in here. In fact, it says here, oh my God, gorgeously scrumptious. You know, they've all got silly little things inside. Our policy is to kiss Dina and myself. Kiss Dina. Because we do keep it simple. And as I said, there's no nasties, and that's really important because this plastic rice that we're eating, it's not good for you, boiling the bag, etc. So we've got pakara for starters. This is what you are going to have with your main course if you're cooking it. If you're cooking along, you've already pre-cooked it. Now, I can't stop talking about our new prescription boxes because they're for 3 months and they're £45, which work out, you know, £15 each. We're also going to give you a 15% discount code. So if you do want to learn to cook, tikka pieces for starters, bakara, pancake bakaras if you want to learn to do healthier, so it's not deep fat frying. And obviously, the star for this evening is Biryani Rice. So that's the mild. It's got no chilies in it whatsoever. I am a korma girl. I don't do chilies, unfortunately. For me, people don't believe it. Yes, I know I'm Indian. Doesn't matter. Can everybody hear me? Okay. I hope so. Okay. So let's talk about the restaurant style cuisine at home, shall we? We've had lovely feedback. We also, now I need to finish telling you about the kit. So we've done 3. The Balti was actually invented in, fill in the blanks, chat. Where do you think the Balti was invented? There's a few of these. So if you get any questions about that, I'll let you know. And Balti actually translates as bucket. Talking about buckets, this is also what a Balti is. It's also another word for a fry. You can fry your puris in there, or your pakaras. Stay focused, me. Oh, but it's all connected. So going back to the bolti. The bolti is it's my mum's recipe, because when you Google things and what's in what, it's all regional. So this is the one that's our mother's recipe. So it's a medium, it's perfect, it's my favorite go-to every single time. And you know, you can make this into a Rogan Josh just by adding more, but I'll bore you with all these later about how versatile they are. So we've done those three, the bolti, we've done the pakaras, the Bombay potatoes. It's very similar to the biryani rice mix, but this is a little bit hotter. So if you like it hot, this is what you could use for your biryani rice as well, or potatoes or pasta. Then we've got jalfrezi, which is hot. It's too hot for me, the jalfrezi is, and the madras. We were invited to produce it by you guys because you like it hot. It's very similar to the vindaloo. Our brother's called Finn, and he doesn't eat it hot either because Finn goes to the loo a lot. Vindaloo, anyway. The loo, D-E-L, loo is a bit Spanish, goes to the toilet. Oh, if you've got to explain to me. So let me just explain about the Bombay potatoes because it's so simple. You've got your recipe on the back, you need potatoes, onion and garlic, that's it. So inside again, you've got your slices, and that says 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. We have got a lot of humour here. And then the easy to follow recipe. Now you can sprinkle or tinkle, you can do whatever you want to on that. You can marinate your meat, your fish, sprinkle it in your omelette. I'm going to stop talking about my kits now, my kits, our kits. I'm very passionate. But pre-mixed jars just don't exist. They just, in India, they just don't exist. So this is why I've gone back to basics. And so everything in that spice tin is what you get. Okay, so this is also new. We did this for Christmas, but it's an anytime gift. So you get the whole range. You get all 8, and let me demonstrate. Heat korma and curry on apron. You see that? Oh, look at that. Okay. So, and if you do want this has actually got 20% off at the moment on our website. So that's a bargain and a half. What else is there? We've got a tray with a rice spoon, which I'll demonstrate at the end after we've made the rice. And then you'll see how it works in action. We've got tiffins. I don't know if you can see back here. So we've got these tiffins here, and they're so cute. I mean, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put your packed lunch in there, and you can either pop it in hot water to heat it up, or you can have it cold, or you can take it to the beach. I use mine for lots of things. I've got my tea and my sugar, and the spoon even goes in there as well. But they're so versatile, they're just easy. I've got decaf coffee, and in this one, my decaf tea bags and my other alternative sugar. They're very sexy as well, and they'll last forever. Do you know what I mean? So we have pans. Let me just show you these pans, which I'll be demonstrating within a minute as well. We do chapati making, naan making kits. We've got videos on YouTube, so they're induction friendly as well, and also gas and electric. That's about the wares. Apart from, we also do gift wrapping services, like a sticker. Isn't that cute? So obviously we've all got family and friends that we can't see. If you know any of them that are curryholics, then do. Not too strong though, obviously. So okay, is everyone okay? Have we all got a drink? I'm now going to be demonstrating the rice. So if you're not already in your kitchen, and if you do want to cook along, then you need to just get a hold of your rice. You need a mug and a pan and a wooden spoon. Okay. I'll just get that on the pan, and Oh, it's a shame you can't smell them, isn't it? But they are gorgeous. And in there, you know, I followed the recipe. It was just spinach, onions, and potatoes, grated potatoes. And I got my gram flour, which is chickpea flour, from Carrefour. You can get them from any Moroccan shop. So it's all, you know, easy store cupboard things that you can get that are available. Just trying to tidy it up for myself as I go along, otherwise I'll get into chaos. So, one pan. This is a thick base one, so if you've got a thick base one, then please use that. So, the recipe on the back of the biryani rice, but actually, first of all, just so you know, I'm going to just be doing the boiling of the rice. So it's going to be plain, yeah? Where's my microphone gone? It's going to be plain, and you can use that for Chinese, if you fancy Chinese or chili or anything really. Whatever you do with your rice. You can make it into rice pudding afterwards if you choose. So I'm just going to teach you how we cook rice, and then I will be demonstrating this for those that have got it. And I'm so sorry, I don't know if Lucy's here, whether she's got it, or I know that Margaret hasn't, unfortunately. And Anne got hers this afternoon that I was so pleased about. Anyway, moving forward. This here is half a kilo of rice, okay? Now, have I told you that we're very generous and very giving? So the biryani rice, it cooks between, it's for 4 and 6 people. Now, if you live by yourself, you're not going to be wanting to eat rice for the rest of the week or the year. So I don't suggest that you cook up the half a kilo if you don't want to, although you can always freeze it. It's up to you. So how it works is mother never measured anything, okay? So if you want to get your scales out and do half a kilo, if you want to halve it, you can do 250 grams, whatever you want to. But what we do is, I'm just going to put that over there and throw it in, is we measure in mugs, okay? So that there is like you'd make a cup of tea. So you've got a little bit of a lip there, so it's not all the way full to the top. It's just maybe half a centimetre off, okay? So that's how much I'm going to do this evening, because I also, so I've not put in all of it, yeah? I've got about 400 grams, I'd say. But it's all to do with this measurement. So if I did want to, usually for half a kilo, this cup here, mug, I'm English, British, I like a nice big cup of tea. So I know that this and this are the same, so that's half a kilo. So if you're going to do half a kilo, pop it in a cup or a vessel, so you know, because basically you're going to do 1 part rice to 2 parts water later on. So just remember that, because that's the key to making rice, okay? So I'm just going to pop that in my pan and just, don't know if you can see that. And what you do next is I'm just going to leave that in running water. I'm going to get my wooden spoon and give it a stir. I know there's some people out there that don't wash the rice. What I'm doing now is I'm washing the starch off to stop it from sticking. And it feels a bit frivolous because I feel like I'm going to waste a lot of water. Don't know if you can see. So I'm just very gently stirring and moving, and it's cloudy. In fact, I'm just going to swap cameras. Excuse the mess. Let me see if I can do this. Can I do this? Possibly not, because I don't know what my zoom is. There we go. Oh, it says to join. I'm already in. Back to meeting. So cameras there. Stop video. Oh well, we'll just stick with this one. So the water's still running and it's still quite cloudy. The water's just flowing over the top of the pan. And every now and again, I'm giving it a stir, a gentle stir, so I don't lose a grain of rice, because it's very precious. So our father was an Ayurvedic doctor, and we grow basmati rice and turmeric in our in the farms that we have in India. I went for the first time when I was 11. That was an experience. So it will always stay cloudy, but we've given it a good rinse. And now I'm just going to drain it off. I think I've let that run for possibly, what, 5 minutes. I know I've wasted a lot of water. So I'm just going to put that in there. And hopefully you're all following along. If not, you can do it later. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that rice there to drain in my sieve. Going to be using the same pan. Yeah, I've got another camera up there, look. But the format is different to what it was before, and it says join, so I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I don't want to. Thank you for bearing with me. So I've just emptied it out. I'm just going to allow the water to evaporate. If you're a slimmer, you'd probably want to squirt 1 cow. This is something I made at home. So when this finishes, you just fill it with your favourite oil and water. And it has the same effect. If you're not a slimmer and you need to put weight on, then you want to put in ghee or butter, and it tastes absolutely gorgeous. There's some science behind coconut butter is the best. However, you know, vegetable oil, anything you choose is going to be just fine. But you do need something in there. And in our recipe, when you're making rice, just open it and have a read. I should have got my glasses on. So wash and cook the rice. I'm just going to teach you how to cook the rice. That's evaporating now. So I'm just going to put my coconut oil in. Are we all following along? I'm just going to turn that down actually, because I can't read the chat, so I'm sure somebody will tell me if there's any questions, but we will have questions and answers at the end as well. So that's one. I'm going to put in, I mean, it's solid because it's a bit cold, isn't it? I've got my jumper on. I'll put in 2 generous. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to put in that much. I'm going to put in less. I don't want to show off. I normally use my 1 cow because I'm a lifelong slimmer. So just going to pop that in there. I can't even see myself now, so I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And it's melted down. I'm going to get my rice and give it a bit of a shake to get rid of all the excess water. And I'll need my wooden spoon handy. So my gas is on a low, a medium, low, medium. I'm just going to pop that in. And now I'm going to wrap it up a little. and I'm going to stir continuously. Okay, so the only thing that's done here so far is just rice and oil. So you keep stirring, making sure that all those grains that have gone up the sides of the pan are in. Now this is really the only time that you can stir your rice, because it's uncooked. If you start stirring it too much whilst it's cooking, that's when it goes to mush. So I'm just making sure that the grains are dry, and I'm just kind of roasting them slightly, stirring consistently and continuously. And it gets a bit when all the water's evaporated. Okay, this is when you go to the tap and fill your vessel up. So I have one of these, and I'm going to put 2 parts of water in. So 1 part of rice is 2 parts of water. And again, like a cup of tea, not all the way to the top. Did you hear that sizzle? That's one gone in, and there's the other one. So basmati rice, it always has to be for us. I say that, but occasionally I'll have brown rice as well, because it's a slow release, and it, you know, there's yeah, each to your own. It really, you know, this has got more. It's more fragrant. It's longer. So I'm just giving it a bit of a stir, and now we wait until we get little bubbles coming, so we know that that water inside is hot and boiled. Okay, so it's still on quite a medium heat, and I'm not going to keep stirring it, but I've got to get every single grain of rice in there. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through the health benefits of curry. As I said, our father is an Ayurvedic doctor. It's in our genes, so to speak. I mean, every one of these curry kits says to use onion and garlic, onion and or garlic. So the biryani rice, it says 500 grams of uncooked rice, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 medium onion, and a cup of frozen or fresh peas, or a couple of mixed veg or fish or meat, or anything that you fancy popping in there. They're very versatile. The Spanish make paella out of them, which is awesome, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Next time we'll do paella outside in the barbecue. So I've just given it another stir, and I'm just waiting patiently for that water to boil. So in the meantime, I'll tell you about onions, because I've already chopped some onions earlier, so I didn't cry whilst I was talking to you. So you need 1 large onion if you are going to be following along. And also we were going to talk about what spices you might have to throw into your rice. So if you've got any jeera, you could have jeera rice. If you've got any garam masala, that'd be a good thing to use. Mum used to just use salt and pepper when she was spicing the rice, and the yogurt. You know, we are very korma orientated. We didn't grow up on chilies. It's not good for you, that much heat. That's what we think anyway. So other things that we've got in there. So obviously you've got the onions. Going back to the onions. Do you know that there's some Hindus that don't eat onions or garlic because it's an aphrodisiac? It's true. Oh, look, I've now got my screen back somehow, so I know now how to do the camera. Oh, isn't that magic? Look at that. Watch this. Are you ready? Now you see me. Oh, look. Here we go. Look. So there's the rice. And you can just see a few bubbles. I don't know if you can, because there's the light shining quite heavily on there. Let me see. Or you could take my word for it. So when that starts boiling, which won't be long to go, there's steam coming off it, we will then turn it down, and you'll also need a lid. If you haven't got a lid, then a plate that will fit nicely over your thick based pan. So going back to the onion, did you know that onions are nutrient dense? They're really low in calories and they're very high in vitamins and minerals. So onions is an always go-to for me. There's no garlic in this, but you could add garlic if you wanted to. We weren't brought up on garlic as kids, due to our parents' beliefs. Now we eat it all the time. Anyway, I should change it back, shouldn't I? So look, can you see that bubbling? I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can change the lighting. Is it lighting that, is it too much lighting, too little lighting? There we go. It's a reflection. So you can see it bubbling. Take my word for it, it's bubbling. I'm going to turn it down. In fact, I'm going to transfer it over to the smaller one over here, because you want it on a low medium heat now. Okay, so I'm going to just transfer it over there. So that's my rice, and hopefully Google's going to wake up for me. Hey Google, set timer for 10. It's gone wrong. We've got an Alexa in the other room. Google here, it's so confusing. Okay Google, set timer for 10 minutes.
Sure, 10 minutes, starting now.
So that's a 10-minute timer on. That's on low, and the lid is on. Okay. So now we just need to be patient with the rice. So in the meantime, we'll add the spices of our beautiful curry kit. You can follow the instructions because they are easy. So it says, heat oil in frying pan, fry the onion, add peas, meat or veg of your choice, stir until cooked. So I'm going to use this. This is very versatile. I've had this for years now since we started out. Vina, well done, Vina, sourcing this. These are our induction. You can make your naans in there, you can pat it in there. I'm just going to turn that on to a medium. So, you know, if you can't eat onions for whatever reason, don't use them. So this is where I'm going to add mine in. This time I shall add my grey. And this is just vegetable oil in here. But you can dry fry on these pans as well. They are extremely good quality. And we also do we've got gas and electric and an induction one. I'm so proud of these. So I'm just going to wait for that to be heated. And I've got my wooden spoon ready. So one large onion. I've actually got two here, so I'm just going to put in some of them. Because I always eat raw onion with my meal as well, so I'm going to save some behind. In fact, I always have one of these around to sprinkle on my food. Oh yes, and if you're still sticking around, I'm also going to, time permitting, run through a lemon jar. Lemon jar pickle. So there's the onions happily doing their own thing there. And I've also got, because I love peas, there's my frozen peas. I've not even put them in hot water. They're frozen. They were taken out maybe about half an hour ago. So I'm just going to add them in there as well. Or if you're a slimmer and you wanted to use seafood, You could swap your peas with carrots or mushrooms, broad beans, frozen, very easy. So this is just sizzling away and I'm just stirring as I go. Tina and I have got a video, I think it might be the Balti, I don't know. But it's like, oh, we like stirring. Yeah, you won't get that joke because you've not watched the video. But we have got some videos on YouTube as well. And we've got we've got lots of things on there that you can take a look at if you want to learn to cook restaurant style meals in the comfort of your own home. And you can make them so much more healthier because we are trying to demystify, because lots of people think that curry is really unhealthy. Now it is if you use those pop and pour jars because they've got lots of sugar in them and they're not good for diabetics. And if you do eat out or take in, again, there's so much oil, they're preserved in oil. So, that's what gives the curry longevity. So it's always better to cook from scratch and it tastes amazing. The reason why I set up this business is because I've tried the pataks and the jars and the alternatives, the shot. I shouldn't mention names, but anyway, I tried what was on the market. And if that's what you guys call curry, that's fine. Because, I practice acceptance. That's who I am, or I try to. But really, how can you eat that stuff, really? So if you've got garam masala at home, and if you've got ginger powder, and if you've got turmeric, seeds, cumin seeds are a must. Mustard seeds are also a must. Third seed. And nigella seeds are the ones that I use. Fenugreek leaves. It's so hard to get these things over here because it's not like popping into your local Asda or your Sainsbury's. And because they don't have them over here, do they? So this is why we're keeping korma and Korean on cooking. And empowering you guys to do it yourself as well. I like to say cook off. Korean cooking kits. That's actually cock off, but that's a bit rude. But I'd like to have the coquette because we're women, well most of us are. And if there are some men there, then fair play to you because we are all inclusive and. There's a lot of men that do buy our curry kits. The women's days that we have. I am. What am I doing? I'm being naughty. It's true. In my humble opinion, it is the women that look at the jewelry and makeup and everything else, and the blokes stand there, and they look at the curry, and that's what they enjoy doing. So thank you. In fact, we sell just as many kits to men than we do women. So we need to get more boys and men into the kitchen as well, don't we, ladies? And not just to turn the dishwasher on at the wrong time. That made me laugh. So what are you blokes doing this evening? Are they hiding behind the camera? Okay, so that's cooking along nicely. I think I might just turn it up a little bit or get it on the pan. There we go. So, health benefits. Curry kits, gorgeous. Just going to open it because, and the funny, not even that funny, but it just says Rice Spice Baby on the packet. Most people miss it. It's just my silly humour. Actually, it's my sister's silly humour as well. I want to be called the dry spice. We are the dry spice sisters, but we could be the dry saucy spice sisters. Although it's a dry spice, so we need to come up with something more suitable. And we also wanted to teach somebody to cook, teach like a man to fish. If you can think of anything, then do pop it in the chat, anything witty. So what's inside these Currylicious Kits? The ingredients. I mean, it's got salt, turmeric, paprika, nigella seeds, mustard seeds if you've got a health allergy, ginger, cardamom, fenugreek leaves, cumin, pepper, cinnamon, cloves. There's a lot. So ginger, you probably had ginger when you were pregnant. You know, it settles your stomach. It's wonderful for Ayurvedic stuff. Yeah. So ginger, let me find ginger. It relieves heartburn and nausea, upset stomach, diarrhea. You know, travel sickness, motion sickness, and morning sickness. We've also got fenugreek leaves as well, which reduces cholesterol, inflammation. So you don't need all those anti-inflammatories if you have a curry a day. It clears the skin and blemishes, and for lactating mothers out there, you know, it produces milk. And you know, they feed fenugreek to the cows in India, and it is quite a worship. Is that the wrong word? It's quite a popular spice. So fenugreek it is, and fenugreek, I think it's got nothing to do with the peaks, just so you know. Common colds is ginger as well. Gets rid of common colds, and again, it's an anti-inflammatory. Has anybody here got a drinking problem? Because this has also got turmeric in it, and turmeric is really, really good for you. It cleanses your liver. So, you know, keep drinking that water. What is everybody else drinking this evening? Are you all green teed up like myself with a slice or two? Oh, that's my timer. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this off for now. Just going to have a look at my rice. You will need the other end of your wooden spoon. It's a bit dirty. I'm just going to get that. There we go. It's slightly cleaner. So I'm just going to lift it up. And look at that. Can you see little holes in there? But there's still water in there. So you can still see water. I don't know if you can still see water because if I tip it, you can't see it. But anyway, there's still water there. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to swap over. Okay, Google, stop. I'm just going to swap these two over, keeping that warm. It's nearly done. And that's on a low. Are we all following along okay? So I'm not going to do too much, but I am going to just maybe do a figure of 8. I'll take you back to home economics. And I'm just going to take a bit of the rice. It's cooked. It's cooked. Mine's cooked, yours might not be. I'm going to leave the lid on and move it out the way. So the rice, shall I just show you that again? Because look how sexy that rice is. Okay, so it's all individual and it's all cooked. So 10 minutes once the water's boiled. Now I need to transfer this quickly. So I'm just going to move a little bit quicker now. I'm going to pop that in there. I'm going to sprinkle my biryani mix in there. And you're going to use all of it. Now, if you haven't got your spices, what would you do? Now would be the time to have a look in your cupboards and see if you've got any garam masala. You pop a bit of that in. Honestly, my mother never used the recipe, and you don't need to either. So, you know, just use what you need to make it yours, okay? Because you're going to mix it in there, or you don't have to mix it in there. As I said, you could just have plain rice. So I'm just going to give this a stir in my dava. This is called a dava. So I'm just cooking off the rice. So the spices to go in the rice. Making sure it's all mixed in with the peas and the onions. And also, the next thing you're going to need is to transfer your rice into something else, another container or so. Just to plan ahead. So we've got 2 bits of. Okay, now splash of water. Just going to go in. So I'm just going to make it a little bit saucier because, you know, there's no jars here. We just need to, if you don't add that splash of water, what happens is it goes a bit grainy. Oopsies. Right, go back in. Oh, getting hungry now. Okay, so, gosh, doesn't time fly? That's an hour gone already. But the rice doesn't take very long at all. So I'm going to turn it off now, completely off. Back to the rice, and I'm just going to tip this in. Tip it all in. So if you're cooking from home, you might have had masala in yours, a bit of ginger. If you've got any seeds, cumin powder, cumin seeds. I know it's difficult getting these things from places, but you might have an Indian up the road, you never know. So I'm just going to put a splash of water in there, just so I can clean the pan, because there's a lot of spices there. Okay, and there we have that. Now, I'm still going to use the back of my wooden spoon to give that a stir. Oh. For those of you that aren't cooking along and that haven't received the packets, I'm so sorry. The post has been awful. I think I posted 6 out and 3 of you have and 3 of you haven't. And I think it's my fault really, because, you know, we have a minimum order on our website because obviously, you know, in Spain, I think you have to pay like $2.80 before you even start on your postage is the bare minimum. So, you know, when you do order, if you do order, then, you know, if it can be more than, you get free shipping if it's more than €20, I think. So, you know, which isn't a lot, is it? These kits retail at $3.50, which, you know, unfortunately, we've just had to do a price increase, but I think we're going to have to do another one as well since Brexit. Just waiting for some more to come over. Now, can you see how gorgeous that looks? Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is get a tray. This is what keeps your rice individual. And you can move this out of the way. And I've got where are you? Oh. We've also started selling these as well on our website, so that goes along with your tray. Just trying to find mine now. How bizarre. I have got a lovely rice one, which hasn't got a sticky on it. I've got 2 here, which both got stickies on it. Obviously put it in a safe place. Got about 4 of them somewhere that I use regularly. Anyway, I won't waste any more time. I should just use this one with the label on, so don't tell anyone. So, stop your rice from going on mushy. What you do is you transfer it. Because basically it's still hot in here, look, and it just carries on cooking. Obviously not mix that as well as I could have done. So to keep your rice individual, you transfer it into a cooler container. I could take mine out a bit sooner. There we go. And there is your biryani rice with spoon. And I'm not going to pop that in there because it's for sale. And I've missed mine. So here we go. Let's pop it back up to me. Did you miss me? Oh, my nose is right underneath it. Okay, so the next stage, what we've got now, we've got another 25 minutes to go. So if you've cooked along, then grab yourselves a drink, dish yourself some up. I've cooked a curry earlier on. Usually we do courses here, and people come along and we eat together, and it's just beautiful. But obviously since COVID, things have changed. So thank you for reminding me that there's life outside, and if anybody does want to have cookery lessons online, we're available. But obviously, we'd like you to subscribe to our new letterbox subscription, because we've had nothing but positive reviews from every single person that subscribes, and it's wonderful. So we teach you how to make desserts. You'll learn to stuff a samosa in the first 3 months. It's just something amazing. So whilst you're getting your food, I am just going to plate me up some because I am absolutely drooling. So you can make your own yogurt as well. Save on plastic. I use organic milk, and it's just low-fat organic milk. My mum told me that you couldn't make yogurt out of low-fat milk. She lied. She didn't. You know, we're Hindus, we're Brahmins. You know, we have to have full fat. It's a sign of wealth. Is if you're a good solid. If you're well fed, that means you're got lots of money. Apparently. So I'm just putting a couple of spoons on that for me with my onions, sprinkle of onions. So what are you having? Let us know in the chat if you can be bothered, or if you've got in already. Fair play to you. I'm wanting to, but it'd be rude for me to take a mouthful. Shall I do that? Shall I do that? Shall I do what they do on telly? Let me do that. Hold on. You ready? This will burn my mouth. Calm down, me. If I had a co-presenter, I'd say, oh, what do you think? Oh, really? Well done. Me too. Okay. So the final thing I want to just tell you very quickly is what I'm going to have with mine is this. Again, you learn to make this in the first 3 months of our subscription. And, you know, we're doing it for you guys. So let us know what you want to learn, and we can put it in the plan, because, you know, it's a new thing. And so this here is lemon ajar, which is lemon pickle. And there's 2 ingredients for this. Now, there's lots of lemons in Spain. Well, there are near us. I don't know if there's any near you guys. I'm sure there are. You need a lemon washed, and if you can get it from the Campo, that's awesome, because it's not got wax on it. If you buy it from the supermarkets, wash it with hot. Just rinse it through with hot water. I did that with my Granny Smith. Not that you can get Granny Smith anymore thanks to Brexit. Let's not talk about Brexit. So you need salt is one. No, lemon and salt. So here we go. I've got Himalayan salt here because I'm Indian and it comes from the Himalayas. Where does basmati rice come from? Answers. Okay. So knife. Oh, look, here we go. So I'm just going to chop the lemon up. Now, you can chop it up finely or you can chop it in quarters if you want to. I like mine in a mush because when it goes to a mush, I can mix it in with my yogurt or my salad or, oh yeah, I've got salad in the fridge as well. You know, we've always eaten salad with our curry, always. Which when we do supper clubs, they don't go down. Our salad's hardly touched. So don't know. Yogurt with every meal, salad with every meal. And what do you think we drink when we were kids? Like you deep-pick these if you wanted to. I would do, but I'm just showing you a demo really. So here we go. I've chopped that. I'm going to pop it in a jar. I've also got a video about this, but it's not very long. In fact, none of our videos are very long because you know, we're all time poor, aren't we? And we want to learn things. We all live in the present, and there's so many things that are happening these days. Okay, so for every half of lemons that you do, I put in a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so there's a lemon in there. I'm just going to put in a tablespoon. Just a tablespoon. That's it. You could add chili to this if you wanted to, or ginger. Mum adds ginger, and then all you do is you give it a bit of shake. Shake it well, and then shake it every day. Or you know, when you walk past it, give it a quick shake. And after a while, this is a week long. This one I made earlier. So, you know, the colour goes a bit dull, but it gets harder to shake. That's when you need to get a spoon and mix it with a spoon. If you forget to shake this, what might happen is you'll get a layer of white stuff, and that white stuff is mould. So you might need to add some more salt in it. But this here is about a week old now, yeah, and this one here is just over a month old. And can you hear that? I'll do the sound effects if you can't hear it. It's like, but I stab it with a fork and make it all mushy, and you can put it on your toast, cheese, or eat it with your bakaras in a sandwich. You can have, yeah, you can dilute it in your yogurt. There's lots of things you can do with that. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm just going to take you over to the other side. I'm going to move that over there and pop along with my food and my drink and settle in for the quiz. It's only a fun quiz, so we don't need to worry too much. There we go. Back in the room. Right. Sorry, I'm just going to have another mouthful. Are we all eating? I'm not making anybody jealous, am I? Because that's not my intention. You can make this yourself. It's dead easy. So Mum always used to just use salt and pepper. You know, you can put seeds in there. It doesn't have to be lots and lots of spices. So how are we going to do this then? Are we having pens and paper? Should we just pop it in the chat? We'll pop it in the chat, and then it's just a bit of light-hearted stuff. Question number 1. What's paneer? That's Indian cheese, by the way, which we can also teach you how to do, probably in the second lot of 3-month subscription. What is paneer? Paneer made from? And what dish would you find it in if you ever order it? Because it's not like walking into your local Sainsbury's and buying it off the shelf pre-made. You have to make it yourself in Spain. People don't know what it is. So Indian cheese is called paneer, and you can do lots of things with it. You can have them in squares, so you can have it solid. This is how you normally buy it in shops if you lived in the UK. But you can also have it crumbled, you can make it into desserts. There's so many different things that you can do with paneer. My favourite growing up was sag, paneer, and I think that's going to be in the second month, not second month, the second lot of subscriptions, because I want to make that. Dina and I are just doing all our favourites. We're also pakaras. Pakaras, do you know that you can use pakaras as dumplings in a curry? It's what we call a curry, is traditionally made out of yoghurt. So I'm a lifelong vegetarian. My parents were, and yoghurt is the thing. The milk, dairy is what I go to for my protein. But all of our recipes can be vegan friendly and obviously gluten friendly too. So I think we cater for everybody. So what do Indians traditionally drink with their meals? Did anybody answer earlier? How do you make your paneer? Yes, you make it from milk. You make it from milk, and it's a lesson in itself. So maybe next time, eh? What do we traditionally have with our meals? Now, we weren't even allowed to drink cold water. It had to be warm. We used to have warm Ribena, actually. So water or lassi, again, you make that from yogurt, which is something that we always have in the house because you use yogurt a lot, whether it be for your fruit in the mornings, whether it be for your curry to drink. Festival of Lights. It's on the 7th of November. Does anybody know what its true name is? The Festival of Lights. So just pop your answers down in the chat if you think you know the answer, or have a guess. We're allowed to get things wrong, aren't we? So how many gods do you think there are in Hinduism? I think I might have given this answer away if you were paying attention. So name the animal that's sacred to Hindus. I did a joke about it earlier. And it's actually my dad's name backwards. It's not backwards, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so we know that curry powder was invented for the Brits. So I'm reinventing the Great British Curry for the Brits that now live abroad. There's a lot of inery. Inery? No, I can't even say it. But no, you know, we didn't grow up with a corner shop. I can't believe that I sell curry for a living. It's, you know, I ran away from it as a child, as I said. It's quite ironic. So what vegetables do Hindus avoid? A class is non-vegetarian to some Hindus because it's an aphrodisiac. I did give that away as well, so if you were paying attention. Now, we've talked a lot about garam masala. Garam masala, we've all heard of. You know, we've got tikka masala, garam masala, chaat masala. Do you know the definition of masala? Thanks for coming, Lucy. I don't know whether you got your kits or not, but I hope you've enjoyed this evening. How do you say 2 onions in Hindi? Now, when I say Hindi, there's so many different dialects. I should say that the Indian languages. So how do you say 2 onions? This is the education. This is what you see on the Great British menu. 2 onions. And the word for 2 in Spanish is dos. So it starts off with dos, to give you a clue. Just another top tip, if you ever wanted to convert any of our curry kits into a Rogan Josh, because a lot of you like Rogan Josh, the Balti packet is the best to use because it's my mum's recipe. And you just add extra tomatoes. And going back to the 2 onions, if you wanted to make dos piaz means onion, two onions, you can just add more onions in any of our curry kits, and you know, caramelize them and sprinkle them on top, and then you've got your dos piaz, so you can cook restaurant style at home. Anybody know what pasanda means? Pasanda, that's on the recipe, that's on the Great British Menu. So I'll pasanda, I'll give you these out later if you, no, I'll give them you now so you know. Thank you. Thanks, Gina. Thank you, Gina. You know, Gina Marks, we won the Costa cook-off with Gina, and it was on our dad's birthday on the 15th of October when we first launched Curry On in Spain. And it was all thanks to Gina. And I also want to again thank the Costa women for today, because it's been awesome. Well, I've enjoyed it. I've got a curry. Hopefully we can do more, but it has given me the confidence, and it's such a lovely community to be in. You know, it's a relief, because, you know, times are hard at the moment, aren't they? Life's changing. So working backwards then, how do you, so what pasanda means I like it. So there's a curry on the Great British Menu called I Like It. Just like the Madras, it's a place in India, and Bombay is now Mumbai because it reverted itself back after the Brits had changed its name. So now we should probably be calling it Mumbai potatoes. So just add a couple of extra tomatoes to make it a Rogan Josh. 2 onions is dos piaz. How do I say this? So, you know, if you get a curry stain on you, do you know how to remove turmeric stains from your clothes? Because, you know, when you wear white and you eat fast because you just shovel it in and forget to take photographs of it all and share it on Facebook. And thank you for sharing this forward piece. Thank you. So, turmeric. Do you know how to get rid of turmeric stains? You just pop it in the sun, pop it, and then it'll vanish. We've got lots of nice sun here, haven't we? So grateful for the sun. Okay, so have we gone through all the questions? Are there any outstanding? Garam means warm, so it's warm spice mix. And again, you know, we teach you how to make your own spice mix. If you can get hold of the spices, we will happily send you the spice tin empty. You can put your own spices in, and we'll give you the recipe so you can cook from scratch at home, because it's all about being empowered, isn't it? And if you don't know how, then you'll never learn. So thank you again for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And again, thank you, Costa Women, for making this happen.